All right, welcome back once again to my channel. And we are once again working with Carly because we only ever go back and forth between Carly and Sarah, as they are my two clients specifically that always get designs. And Carly always lets me play around and do whatever I want on her. Within reason, obviously, don't want to spend 5 hours on her manicure. And I was quite worried that this time would be 5 hours. It seemed like the appointment was taking a really long time, but it took the usual, which is still long, 2.5, 3 hours, and ended up being a little bit longer because we had a little mishap towards the end, or at the end, or after the end. I will cover that later, but we are doing some beautiful iridescent butterfly wings. She actually sent me the inspiration for it and forgot that she sent me the inspiration for it. So when I sent her the mock-up that I did in Procreate, she was like, oh my God, I love that. I was going to send you something like that. And I'm like, you did. You sent me the reference. So I usually pull all the products the day ahead if my client is coming in first thing. So I had everything, I was laying everything out, and I opened a drawer and saw these beautiful iridescent gel polishes from Light Elegance that I never think to use because they're hidden away. And I was like, oh my God, these will be perfect. So there's quite a few layers. We'll go through everything once we get to them. But there's the glitter, there's the jelly tones, there's some chrome powder on top, then there's some 3D gel elements, and it's just everything came together so well. Absolutely beautiful. Love this set. My favorite set that I've ever done so far. And I just hope to keep building and building and building on my skills and my range of creativity in what I do on not only my nails, but my clients' nails. And because I'm just having so much fun and doing all these things that I never thought I would be able to do professionally or just artistically. And I really love how these came out. So I'm just starting off with a nude color to have a background because the glitter gels that I'll be using are really, the glitter's really, what's the word? Not encapsulated, suspended in a really translucent blue or yellow or pink, and I wanted some kind of color behind it to really pull everything together. So I'm using Madame Glam's Magnifique, which is usually my go-to for a pinky nude that has some kind of translucency to it. Use it in a lot of my French manicures. I believe I used it in my, I just scratched something on my head. Sorry. In my last manicure that I did on myself. Yeah, so we're just doing 2 coats of that, and then we're going to go into the design. Okay, so these are the 4 colors that we're going to be using for the background. We've got beautiful pink, a blue, yellow, and a white silver. See if I can find them in my swatches that I'm looking at right now. We've got the pink is Take 2. They're small. The yellow is Sugar Drops. The blue is Yummy Gummy. And then the silvery white is a new one I just got, is Diamonds and Pearls. So I'm just taking a little bit and swirling it on the nail to kind of marble them together. You really can't discern them apart from each other, but because there's different tones of glitter in each, it kind of creates like this rainbow iridescent feel to it, which I really wanted for butterfly wings. I'm not too concerned with the base colors themselves mixing together. I'm using colors that are complementary to each other. The blue and the yellow, if they mix, they're going to create green. The pink and the blue, if you mix together, they're going to create like a light lavender purple. And then the silver white is just going to create more depth and add like a, not really a milkiness, but just like a silvery tone to it. Some of the nails I use 2 colors, some 3, and just, you know, going nail by nail and finding the feel that I want from it. I am layering it on a little thicker, kind of like you would a builder gel. And that's fine with colors like this because they do have a translucent base to them, so they're going to cure without a problem. You don't want to float your gels on too thick if they're creams or if they're fully opaque because they just won't cure properly. But something that has a clear or a semi-translucent background too, you can put it on a little bit thicker within reason and you won't have any problems curing. So I'm just flashing in between so that it doesn't move on the nail. And then once I get all 5 nails done on each hand, she puts her hand in the lamp and cures it for a full 60. You just want to make sure that when you're doing that, you use a liner brush that you can go in and level it out. You don't want any pooling around the free edge or going down into the cuticles. You want that nice, straight, even light line. So the next step in this manicure is to chrome it. And I've been bouncing back and forth a lot lately between doing ombres and doing chromes and chroming ombre. And I just love it. I mean, these are trends that are never going to die. So if you find a way to use them, definitely go and do so. This is from Magpie Beauty. I will link it down below. It's a beautiful yellow green chrome powder called Ruth, and it just adds that extra depth. I wanted to make sure that it added to it and didn't detract from it, so I'm doing her pinky, letting her decide whether or not she likes it, and now we're going in and doing the rest of the nails because it really did complement it very nicely. It made some of the other colors pop, and then you'll see towards the end when we go in and we put in the thicker gel to create the 3D butterfly wings, it just really creates that beautiful shimmery iridescent look. And you can see as I rotate her hand, the way it catches the light, it almost gives the effect of angel paper. And that's something that's been going around off and on through the past couple of years, maybe even longer, are aurora nails, not to be confused with aura, where you get the central gradation of kind of like a radial ombre going from the center of the nail out. This is to mimic the aurora borealis. So the way the light shifts and plays across the surface of the nail, you use angel paper to do that. And it's a beautiful look, but to really encapsulate the angel paper, you have to build up the profile of the nail quite thick. And I just don't like my own nails that thick, and I don't know a lot of people that do. So I haven't really played around with that look too much because I don't want really thick nails. But using this specific chrome powder, Ruth, or if you can find something else like it from another company, it really quite easily mimics the Aurora look that's very popular. So I might jot it down, a notation, something to play around with in the future. But now I'm actually going in with matte top coat because I'm going to paint in the lines for the butterfly wings. And this is something that I didn't anticipate. I wasn't really thinking when I was drawing out the design because it's a little bit easier when you're using pen and ink or when you're using an app like Procreate, that you have to paint in between the lines in the negative space with butterfly wings. So drawing in the teardrops went really quickly, and I'm looking at the nail, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this is going to take forever if I do every single nail, because I have to fill in the negative space with a tiny liner brush. And I left it up to her. I said, Carly, just so you know, if we want to do every single nail, this might take a while. So she said, that's okay. And I took that to mean that she wanted to do every nail. So I do the second nail, and then I'm doing the third nail, and she's talking about her hand cramping. And she's like, well, I said you didn't have to do every nail. I'm like, no, you just said that's okay. I took that to mean that she was okay with me doing every single nail. So we just did 3 nails on each hand, and then I went in with some line art drawings of butterflies on her pointer and thumbs. And I actually think that it complemented the design quite nicely. But yeah, I was like, we could honestly be here for 5-6 hours if I do just the butterfly wings on every single finger. But we decided not to do it. And it got a little bit faster each time I did it because I just got used to the repetition and found easier ways to do it. going back and forth between filling in the space as I was drawing each space, each, hollow of the wing, the teardrops. But yeah, it was about at this point where I was like, oh, shoot, I did not take this part into consideration. So once I finished the three fingers on her right hand, I had her pop in the lamp to fully cure it. I wanted to give her a chance to rest her hand because she is a little bit on the shorter side, and it's difficult for her to have her hand on the other side of the armrest without straining the rest of her body. So gave her right side a little bit of rest, moved on to her left hand. Yes, her left hand, my right, and continued and did the same thing on her left hand. I'm trying to, with each finger, angle the wings in a different direction. I didn't want each finger to be exactly the same. I wanted it to have movement, and I wanted each nail to be unique. So not really looking at a reference image at this point, just, starting, the wings coming out from the right side of the finger, and then maybe the top or the left side of the finger, and yeah, just plugging along and making sure that, I don't take up too much of her time. All right, now to finish off the other two fingers, I'm just going in with some line art drawings. I am using a reference. I just typed into Google Images line art butterflies, and it pulled up with, I guess, prints that you can buy off of Amazon with these two different butterflies. And it went really quickly. I love how they turned out. And this is where things get freaky, because this finger that I'm working on right now, I removed the nail. I put on a new tip when she came in because she was saying that her finger was hurting, and I was concerned about a possible gel allergy. And sometimes you get pain or itchiness in one finger, sometimes you get them in all of your fingers. She was just having problems with her right index finger. So just to be sure, I did a full removal, and I went back in and put a new nail on with a hypoallergenic filter gel from Light Elegance. When I tried to apply it, it didn't stick initially, and I think it's just because my flash curing lamp wasn't fully charged. So it popped off. I put more gel on, cured it again, thought it was fully cured and secure. Finished the whole manicure. She leaves. I'm cleaning up. I get a phone call from her, and I'm going, oh no, what happened? The nail popped off. The whole thing. I'm like, all right, come on back. So she came back in and she had been joking around that she loved the line art design so much that she wanted to put it on the wall. And I'm like, I know you said you wanted to put it on the wall, but I didn't think you meant right now. So dollars to donuts, it was just the way I applied it that when it popped off initially after not curing properly with the flash curing lamp, I should have gotten a different nail, re-roughed up her nail plate, cleaned it, dehydrated, and started the process from the beginning. And I didn't. So there wasn't a tacky enough, there wasn't a rough enough surface for it to adhere to the second time. So not a big deal. I redid the nail from start to finish, and I have not heard from her. It's been almost 24 hours. Thankfully, I think that she still has the nail attached to her finger. But yeah, I love the way these line arts came out. I'm really, if I can pat myself on the back, proud of myself with how far I've come with my confidence in just taking the brush and laying it down and designing it, you know, without thinking too much about it. Because I think when you stress and you make yourself nervous over it, that's when you make mistakes. And, or not mistakes, but that's when you get shaky lines because you're nervous, you don't know what, you know, the brush maybe goes down too heavily, or you get these wibbly wobbly lines. And you just have to, you know, devil may care, put the brush down, draw a line, have confidence. Just, if it doesn't come out the way you like it, you can wipe the nail and start over again. It's not the end of the world. Now I'm just putting in the dots for the butterfly wings. I had started to top coat and then realized I had left out this step. So I'm using Madame Glam's white gel paint and just the tiniest dotting tool that I have and laying in some dots to complete the look. This right here, this is something that I have been struggling with forever. Doing 3D nail art without bloating the nail. I'm going to be going in with Crazy Top by Jin B to do some, to like further enhance the interior of the wings and make them look even more iridescent. But I've always struggled with the way to do that without having to top coat over it and then further, you know, widening and distorting the shape of the 3D elements. And then all of a sudden, the day before yesterday, I remembered sticky top coat, which is something I never use anymore because they have non-white top coat. Why would I want to use a sticky top coat? Except for when you're doing 3D nail art elements and you want to put in the final touches with the 3D elements and you don't want to top coat over it. So on the 3 wings, I'm going in with my tacky top coat because when all is said and done and the look is complete, all you have to do then is wipe the tacky layer and you're done. So I am putting it on, I forgot I put it on the other 2 nails also because I'll go on with a thicker coat of the no wipe at the end. But now that I've got the tacky top coat on, I can go in with the no wipe top gel, which is a thick viscosity. It's meant for doing these 3D art elements. And at the end, I don't have to top coat over it because it's a top coat. All I have to do is wipe the nail, cleanse it with alcohol. It takes the tacky layer off of the tacky top coat, and then you're done. You don't need to put anything else on top of the nail. You're finished. But look at that shine. Look at the way it's glistening, how the light hits it once I move the flashlight out of the way. But you can see how it, you know, that the bubble of the gel on top just really magnifies the glitter behind it and the chrome powder and just makes it really pop. I absolutely love it. But yeah, that's now something I will employ in all of my 3D art manicures. And I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. And it really irritates me whenever I see other nail artists do videos and they don't show that step and they don't explain it. And you're left wondering, how to do that yourself, how to replicate it. So I am here to tell you, tacky top coat is your friend. Keep a bottle on hand so that you can do these 3D design elements, and you'll never have to worry about anything else in your life again. I wish. All right, everyone. So I'm finishing off with the no wipe top coat on the 2 remaining fingers on each hand, and that's going to bring this video to a close. Thank you for watching so much. Thank you for joining me as always. This is the last video I will be editing before I go on vacation, though it will post when I come back. So comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available, and I will see you soon.